Check. Mic check. 1, 2. Good afternoon, all. Fam. Welcome to the Culture House Black platform. Yours truly, Jalal Tariq, otherwise known as Ghost in the Machine. Podcast leader. General know-it-all. Here to try and keep you entertained for a little while. Keep you informed for a little while. The purpose of this channel, really and truly, is to give us a space. Us working people in this here United States need a place and a platform where we can come together and we can talk about things that affect us and not things that affect other people all the way around the world. That being said, before we get off into that, I need all of you to subscribe to this channel. I need you to like this video. I need you to hit that notification bell. And more importantly, I need you to share these videos. Share these videos with people who you think it might do them some good. Because we're going to talk about a lot of things on this channel. We're going to talk about finances. For those of you who are about my age, get ready to hit that big 6-0. We're going to talk about retirement issues. We're going to talk about life insurance. Of course, we're going to talk about a little sports, and we're going to talk about a whole lot of what's going on in our society. So, that being said, look, I said to myself, I am not going to say anything about this situation in Ukraine. I said I was going to sit back and watch this madness and basically let white folks fight that out amongst themselves. But as time has went on and the days have passed, I feel like it's imperative for me to say something about that. Because I'm having conversations all over social media, on Twitter, Facebook, places like that, where people are talking about whether or not we should, as black people particularly, poor people in general, support our country's course of action with dealing with this situation with Russia and with Ukraine. But as most of you know, that's been around me for a while, that's, listened to my previous stuff from back in the day when we used to do our stuff over the phone and all that. Shouts out to Open Disc. What has ended up happening is we have taken a conflict between two people that ain't got nothing to do with us, and we have turned this into a global thing. And as I was saying many years ago, I don't think anybody in this world, I don't care if you're a communist, capitalist, socialist, Marxist, communism, it doesn't matter. I've always said, after 50 years old, you are not really qualified to hold public office. Because most of the problems that you see around this world is basically caused by old folks. And then what they end up teaching their children who grow up to be old folks just like them. Bastions of power. And as you've seen today, look at how capitalism works. But the only problem is that, and this is for those specific people who say big money controls everything, that there's nothing that can be done in this world that money doesn't control. There's one thing. When old black men, or when black men get old, we usually out of here between the ages of like 55, 65. Depending on how hard a life that you actually lived. That's basically our life expectancy. I think our life expectancy actually on the books is like 67. Right? But what ends up happening to us as black men is we drop dead. We have strokes, we have heart attacks, clogged arteries, clogged heart, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes, yada, yada, yada. So when we die, we usually, and it's gone. The problem with old white men, especially old white men with money, is they usually go crazy before they die. And what we have in Russia right now seems to be, from the outside looking on, a crazy person with the world's largest or second largest, it goes back and forth, nuclear arsenal. And we are turning the screws on a person who, as time has went on, he'll be 70 this year or just turned 70 or something like that. But in any event, he is a paranoid schizophrenic. Even his closest advisors are now saying, something ain't right with him. He's closing in on himself. But the only problem is he is in charge of a first world modern military. And he's flexing his muscles. He's lashing out. And what we are doing is destroying his economy while he does that. Now, for those of you who say, well, you might be a Russian apologist or something like that. You say, well, July, if you ain't with the United States, that means you went Russia. No. Ghost in the Machine ain't with none of you dummies. Not a single one of you. I could care less about Ukraine. I can care less about Russia. I can care less about Moldova. I could care less about Belarus, Kazakhstan. I could care less about any of those countries. Because while we manufacturing our grief, our rage, our comfort for Ukraine, we are forgetting that there are scores of civil wars, scores of conflicts that's going on all over this planet, particularly a few in sub-Saharan Africa, where our people from. Where's the world hug for our people? Extending itself to the politics. And I did a video about this the other day that I need to post about Joe Biden. What has ended up happening is that we have all of a sudden become bipartisan experts. We are bipartisan in our, outrage against what Vladimir Putin is doing in Ukraine. We have come together in a bipartisan fashion to come up with a couple of $1 billion to send over there in lethal aid. We sending you food. We sending you water. We sending you fuel. We sending you helmets, body armor. But guess what? You know who don't have drinking water? Flint, Michigan. You know who don't have drinking water and access to fresh food? The Navajo Nation. You know who else don't have fresh water? Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And for those of us from the G, you know who else ain't got fresh water? You know who else has contaminated land? East Chicago, Indiana. Where's the bipartisanship for those issues? Why do you need me to get behind you to help a country that's 5,000 miles away, thereabouts, on the other side of this planet, that half the population is actually Russian and Russian speaking? You want me to be concerned about them when you are not concerned about me. How does that work? What part of the game is that? What am I getting for this support? The misplaced notion that I have saved freedom for the Ukrainians when I'm not truly free here in this country? Come on, man. I'm trying not to cuss. I said that I was going to turn over a new leaf, and when I start doing videos, because of the people who might end up seeing it, you know what I mean? We old now, and some of y'all get mad about cuss words and stuff like that. So I said I was going to stay out of there. I was going to not use cuss words. But all I can say is you can miss me with that nonsense. You can miss me with that nonsense. Until you do something for me, until you give me just a fraction of the stuff that you campaigned on, until you can stand by your campaign promises that was supposedly going to change my life, then you can get me to care about Ukraine. CultureHouse.Black YouTube channel. Remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share this video with your friends. I got some other stuff coming. I need y'all to also visit my wife's page, Personal Development with Mika on YouTube. We're going to do some stuff in collaboration with her. We're going to do some stuff about relationship goals, how to stay together, and wake up every day in the morning because she ain't killed you. But in any event, got anything to say about it? Leave it in the comments below. Till we meet again, deuces.